volunteers. And this is also for personal development, though. This is getting your name out there. This is meeting judges. This is meeting clerks. This is meeting colleagues. This is networking. And it could really have a good impact on your career, not just your own personal feeling of satisfaction. I will tell you that a good friend of mine, who I went to law school with and studied for the bar with, she didn't participate at all in the Young Lawyers Conference for the first several years. I, on the other hand, was basically told I was in the Young Lawyers Conference. My boss was the then president of the YLC on my first day. And if you read the docket call article that I wrote, you'll already have heard this story, but he basically said, look, you're Community Law Week chair, and go down to the leadership conference in 2 weeks and, and figure it out. And so that's what I did, and so the YLC has always been a part of my career. But my friend, she didn't know what the YLC was, and she had never been to the annual meeting down in Virginia Beach. And I said, well, just come to the annual meeting and just kind of see what it's all about. And she came down there, and she naturally likes to write articles, so she wrote an article for the docket call, which then turned into, hey, would you write more articles? Which then turned into, would you be the editor for the docket call? Which then turned into, well, can you get involved in other areas? And in 3 years, she was Young Lawyer of the Year, which boggled my mind because, she didn't really even want to or know what the YLC was when she first started. And so what impact it can have on you is to really get your name out there. And her firm was shocked at all the work that she was doing, and when she was named Young Lawyer of the Year, I mean, it was a big wake-up call for them to say, hey, look, this person's not only putting in hours at our firm, but she's getting her name out there and she's promoting our firm, because every time her name is mentioned, it's where she works, and that's promotion for the firm. And don't lose sight of that. And when your firm is maybe giving you a hard time about doing pro bono work, keep that in mind. We all want you to come to the annual meeting, and some firms, I hear from some young lawyers, well, my firm doesn't really support that. I can't get the time off, they're not going to support it monetarily, and I just can't make it work. And we understand that you can't necessarily change that culture overnight, but if you let them know what you're doing and what impact it has, I'm hoping that culture is going to change a little bit, and more of you are going to be allowed the time and maybe monetary compensation to come down to the annual meeting and to get recognition for really what you're doing. Another good story is Chris. Chris started out just volunteering on the Professional Development Conference, which when I was in charge of that as a program chair, we were just trying to get 80 people to come to one location. And now Chris started out as a volunteer there, and now has expanded it to 4 locations. So now, he has taken it and saw an opportunity for growth, and that is something that is very important, and that is an impact that you can have in growing the YLC and in taking opportunities to expand our programs. The YLC is about mentorship, it's about networking, it's about career development. You're all leaders here because you're here. Okay, whether it's in your legal profession, whether it's in your personal life, you all have a quality in you that puts you, I think, in a position that's above your colleagues. And so take advantage of that, and look for opportunities to use that. And